Am I worried about my bike being stolen? Yes, but not as much now. On this video, I will go over what I have done to lessen the worry about my bike being stolen. And if you have any different safeguards I haven't taken, please leave me a comment about what you have found. And while you're there, please subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video. Now, before we list out these enhancements to my bike, let's look at some of the not often thought about protections for your bike. Let's say there is a $1,000 bike located near a store, and it is left with a small cable lock while the owner popped in for a soft drink and then spend a little time looking at power bars to help get him home. Let's now consider that bike gone. Since the effort to snap the cable and ride off or throw it in a pickup or car trunk is appealing for the $500 or so he will get for the $1,000 bike in 10 minutes work. What if that same bike had 14 different locks on it? Now it's not worth the effort and threat of getting caught over only $500. If, however, that bike was $4,000, forget the simple cable lock, as no one would trust $4,000 to that. But now 14 locks, it may be worth it for the $3,000 he would sell it for. And with the addition of electric bikes to the environment, we have bikes costing $6,000 and up to $10,000 and some even more. Now my bike is the same as the $10,000 bike, only mine has one less zero in the price. However, your biggest loss is not just the price of the bike and accessories. It also is the fact you have to find a way home. So I put all that into my theory of theft protection along with common sense and economy of scale for the working thief. If I make it more difficult to make a living with my bike, he may move on to someone else's bike. So to start with, I removed the quick release levers from the front and rear wheels along with the upholsters of the seat. I replaced them with a shaft and nut that requires a special one-of-a-kind key to unlock and remove the wheel. Actually, this does not add any time to changing a flat, as you need your tools anyway. The seat post requires a Torx to release, so I assume crooks are not out to just steal seats. And it's just an afterthought once they find they can't take the bike, and hopefully they move on instead unless they carry a ton of tools with them. The next three items are locks, 2 with motion alarms and 1 large enough to loop through my rear wheel and the frame, meaning the rear wheel will not roll. I have a disc brake lock on the rotor of the front wheel so that wheel does not roll either, and as noted earlier, you can't take it off without the key. My third lock and the second one have motion alarms, and one alarm will set off the other, and at 110 dB you don't want to be standing around the bike when they go off. The third lock is to attach to a rack or post or anything that cannot move, causing the bike not to move. So the first thing they would have to deal with is that lock, but assuming the alarm doesn't dissuade them, the 2 non-moving wheels may. And if not, the bike is about 50 pounds, so they will need a friend since it is awkward to carry far. All these items are stored in a removable pack that with 2 straps lifts off the bike to be taken with me when I leave the bike locked. I even have a quick release mount for my camera, so I don't have to mess with that. Just throw it in the bag and off I go. Now, assuming they have defeated me so far, the bike has a GPS tracker not just hidden, but buried deep in the frame of the bike that can be reached with the key. Did I mention my e-bike requires a key to turn on and unlock the power, battery, and GPS device? Assuming they even know I have a GPS, the only way to turn it off is throw it away or remove the battery, both of which is not possible since it is locked inside. I can track everywhere they went with my bike, so it will be easier to pick up all the buddies that helped as the GPS marks when the bike stops and then starts going again. Worst case, I will find it after they sell it to some poor guy that will be out more than me once I get the bike back. But that is not the end of it. I am registered with the bike index, so when my bike's serial number shows up at a bike shop for repairs or as a trade-in, I will be notified. Okay, but there is one more thing. I have bike insurance, $185 for 2 years, which covers 100% of what I paid for the bike plus up to $200 for accessories, bells and whistles. There is a deductible, but then I at least don't have to start all over with a new bike purchase. If you found this video helpful, please give me a thumbs up, and I hope to see you on the trail.